The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront. Good morning. I am attorney Karen Jimeno. Nearly 2 months after his abduction by 4 armed men in Cebuco, Zamboanga del Norte, American YouTuber Elliot Eastman is reportedly dead, according to a witness who talked to police authorities late last week. The witness said that Eastman already died on a motorized bangka on the day of his abduction last October 17, and that his captors decided to throw his body into the sea. Back in November, there were still reports that Eastman may still be alive. Why did the authorities take so long to determine whether Eastman was dead or alive? To give us the latest update on Elliot Eastman, we have the mayor of Cebuco, Zamboanga del Norte, Joel Ventura. Good morning, Mayor Joel.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Mayor, sa inyo pong pagkakaalam, gaano nakatagal sa Cebuco si Elliot Eastman?
Based sa mga information na gather ko, 1 year na po siya nagbalik-balik sa Municipality of Cebuco.
At alam niyo po ba bakit po siya napunta sa Cebuco in the first place?
Based sa information gathering at saka sa fact na may asawa kasi siya sa Cebuco.
At nung sa pagkakaalam niyo po, tanggap naman po ba si Elliot sa bayan ninyo?
Yun naman, tanggap naman siya kasi naging vlogger ng mga siya doon sa bayan namin po.
So nakakasundo niya naman yung mga tao doon at wala naman pong mga na-report na problema?
Opo, wala naman. Nakasundo naman siya.
At kayo
sa mga
po,
tao sa
nakikita niyo rin po si Elliot dati?
Nakita ko lang siya sa vlog niya, sa vlog.
Hindi niyo po siya na-meet na in person?
Hindi po, hindi po.
Oo. Alam niyo po ba kung tungkol saan yung mga vlog niya?
Nakita ko yung vlog niya, yung place na pinuntahan niya, yung place ng misis niya, then doon sa mga schools. So yun, nakita ko, then doon sa mga beach. Yun din ang area na saan siya nag-vlog po.
Oo. At yung lugar po ba ng asawa niya kung saan sila nakatira ay liblib or nasa sentro po ba sila ng bayan ninyo?
Nasa sentro lang po sila, then under sa coastline po sila, coastline. Barangay Poblasyon, Sitio Tungawan po.
Okay. At sa tabing dagat po ba at safe naman po ba sa area na yon?
Yes po, yes po.
At bukod kay Elliot, meron po ba mga foreigners pa na iba na nakatira sa bayan ninyo?
Mayroon po, mayroon.
Ano po ba yung mga nationalities ng mga iba pang nakatira sa Cebuco?
Sa ngayon, from USA siya, USA. Pero sa ibang barangay po siya nakatira.
So taga-US din po. At marami po
Yes,
bang mga taga-Zamboanga na nag-aasawa ng mga foreigners?
Opo, marami naman po.
Alam niyo po ba kung safe lahat dyan? Walang mga insidente na nare-report?
Opo, safe naman. During my administration, yun lang ang nangyari yung kay Eastman for the 6 years in my administration po.
At noong nalaman niyo pong nakidnap si Elliot, ano ang mga ginawang hakbang ng Cebuco LGU para hanapin siya?
First of all, nagkanda kami ng meeting kami, tapos nag-create kami ng task force para hanapin si Elliot Eastman po.
Opo. At meron na po ba kayong mga nakuhang impormasyon?
Based sa mga intelligence, so nagbigay din sila sa akin, no, yung panahon na yun na yung hinahanap siya, yung barangay na pinuntahan namin, isa na doon yung barangay Panganuran, barangay Mantibo, at sa mga neighboring barangays po.
Ano po yung nakuha niyong impormasyon so far?
Based sa mga intelligence, siyempre hindi wala man na kwan talaga na confirmation. So na hanap-hanap, umabot na ng yung declaration ng yung operator ng pambot, yun ang natanggap namin na impormasyon na yun nga si Elliot Isman ay namatay na, then tinapon nila doon sa laot ng bandang Labuan po, laot sa dagat.
At saan niyo po nakuha yung impormasyon na yan?
Sa intelligence, sa Westmincom na statement po.
Pero hindi pa po nakikita ang katawan ni Mr. Eastman?
Hindi pa po. Hindi nakita po.
Yung huling kidnapping po na nangyari sa Zamboanga, ang reported ay 7 years ago pa. Sa tingin niyo po ba sino ang gumawa nito sa kay Mr. Eastman? Yung meron po bang motive na kidnapin siya?
Actually, hindi ko na kanya na kita ang anong motive. Pero sa analyzation ko po, baka may mga kasi yung asawa ni Isman, si Krisha, may asawa din yan, may dating asawa. So hindi ko alam, baka isa din sa mga motive na ganon. Kasi wala naman po sa isang taon siya nagkatira sa Sibuko. Wala naman mga motibo na yung kidnap o ransom na ganyan.
Hindi po nangyayari dyan. At meron po ba kasi meron iba na nagsasabi baka Abu Sayyaf. So meron po bang possibility na may involvement ng Abu Sayyaf?
Based sa yung mga members kasi na yung nahuli, dating member ng Abu Sayyaf. So hindi ko alam ba baka isa din sa tingin natin.
So hindi niyo po rin-rule out na merong involvement ng Abu Sayyaf?
Hindi ko naman kasi wala man tayong evidence po.
At sa ngayon po ba, ano pa ang ginagawa ng inyong LGU para i-handle itong case na to? Meron pa po ba kayong patuloy na investigasyon by the local police?
Yes po. Actually, yung case na yan, mayroon naman na huli. Yung tatlo na huli naman. Then, inahanap pa yung si Jakaria Jamani. Then, so, isa din sa nag-abduct. So, then yung bangka na recover naman. So, nasa custody ng pulis na yon ng yung tatlong abductors at saka yung bangka. So, ngayon ongoing pa rin ang proseso at saka para mahuli yung isang abductors po.
At sino po ba itong mga naaresto na so far? Paano nyo rin nalaman na sila talaga yung mga abductors?
Actually, yung day after, sa October 18, may na huli yung isa na doon, si Ben. Kinuha ng NBI kasi nandoon sa area. Then yung si Nasir Kubot at saka si Michael Sandag. So yun sila kasi yung mga yung mga may connection based sa nakuha sa cellphone nila po, yung mga communication nila po.
Okay,
May
so
participation sila.
kung nasa custody nyo na po yung tatlong abductors, natanong na po ba sila kung talagang patay na si Mr. Eastman? Kasi parang may mga nagsabi pa na nakita pa siyang buhay nung November.
Yun yung tatlo, hindi separate kasi hindi sila kasama doon sa yung sa bangka. Yun sila mga isa sa mga participants na para mga lookout sila po.
Okay. So yung mga nahuli, mga lookout lang. At kaya po ba
Yes
nila
po.
i-confirm kung nakita nilang namatay si Elliot Eastman?
Hindi ko po masabi yan kasi yung government kasi natin, yung mga law enforcement natin, sila talaga ang naghanap sa field. So maraming mga intelligence network sa lahat ng mga unit. So yun ang verified na reports yung sa mga intelligence po.
Siguro po mamaya sa police tatanungin din namin yan kung ano na yung nakuha nilang impormasyon sa mga nandun sa custody nila. At sa inyong palagay po, paano maapektuhan ang bayan ninyo dito dahil sa nangyari kay Mr. Elliot Eastman?
Actually, it is a separate case, so hindi naman masyadong maapektuhan kasi yung day-to-day transaction namin, yung mga daily lives ng mga tao is as usual naman. So, isa po yun na isang naging issues ang Sibuko, naging kilala sa buong mundo. So pero sa namin yung sa amin naman isa din sa mga ginawa namin ngayon na to strengthen the security in our municipality of Sibuko.
At Mayor Joel, marami po bang pumupunta sa Sibuko na mga turista?
Actually, mayroon mga karamihan mga local tourists galing from Zamboanga City and other neighboring barangays from Zamboanga City po.
But would you be able to say na safe po pumunta sa Sibuko yung mga turista kunwari galing from Manila or from abroad?
Yes po, we guarantee na safe ang Sibuko.
At ano po ba yung mga ibang issues that ngayon ang kadalasan na kailangan yung harapin dyan sa Sibuko?
Actually, yung isang problema namin dito sa Sibuko is itong electricity. Kasi marami pang barangay na walang electricity. Then kahit kami dito sa Sibuko, sa opisina namin, gumagamit kami ng generator kasi ang electricity from the source from Puerto Rico, low voltage sa amin dito. So mababa. So kailangan namin po yung regular na current po, standard. Thank you.
At Mayor, kanina po na-mention ninyo na merong asawa dati itong si Krisha, yung asawa ngayon ni Elliot Eastman bago siya mamatay or mawala. Alam niyo po ba kung ngayon iniimbestigahan na yung ex-husband kung ito ang responsable po dun sa nangyari kay Mr. Eastman?
Hindi ko pa na-validate kung may investigation po ba sa kanya.
At nandiyan pa rin po ba sa bayan ninyo yung asawa, yung ex-husband nitong si Krisha?
Actually, yung nangyari, wala siya dito sa Sibuko. Nasa Zamboanga del Sur po siya, yung panahon na yon.
Okay. Sige. So, mamaya po siguro tatanungin rin namin yung police kung meron silang leads kung sinong responsible dito sa crime. Pero sa ngayon po ba nakikita ninyo na kailangan pandagdagan ng police o ng mga militar sa bayan ninyo dahil dito sa nangyari kay Mr. Elliot Eastman?
Actually, attorney, may mga dagdag na forces yung sa Marines. Dati one company, ngayon dalawang company na. Then sa yung mga provincial mobile forces, mayroon na naman. So yung Philippine Coast Guard din naglagay din sila ngayon ng satellite office nila kasi dati sa Triple SB ang kampo nila ay nasa Siocon, pero ngayon naglagay sila ng satellite office sa bayan ng Cebu po.
Okay. So ngayon po ba yung mga dagdag na yan dahil sa nangyari kay Mr. Elliot Eastman or talagang dinagdagan lang yung security dyan sa Cebu ko?
Dahil siguro sa result kay Elliot Eastman, kaya nga naglagay sila ng dagdag na security po.
At alam niyo po ba kung permanente na yan or dahil lang ngayon yan sa habang ongoing yung investigasyon?
Sabi nila sa akin na maging permanente na po sila.
Okay. So, as you said earlier, ginaguarantee nyo na safe po na dumalaw sa Cebu ko ang mga turista at ibang kahit mga dayuhan?
Yes po. Kasi may mga ginawa na kami ng mga hakbang, mga plans na to safeguard yung mga bisita namin from other places po.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Mayor Joel Ventura.
Okay, welcome po ma'am. Welcome, attorney po.
Thank you. We will have the PNP Region 9 when At the Forefront returns after a short break. Welcome back at the Forefront. And now we have Police Lieutenant Ramoncillo Wong-Sawan on the line. Good morning, Colonel Mon.
Hi ma'am, good morning po. At saka good morning din po sa lahat ng nanonood or nakikinig.
Colonel Mon, the U.S. Embassy has a travel advisory for Americans against going to Mindanao. Ano po ba talaga yung risk level ng mga dayuhan at mga turista sa pagpunta sa Mindanao?
Ma'am, good morning. As far as the threat level in our region is concerned, the last time we checked with our intelligence unit, nasa threat level low po ang Region 9.
Okay, so mababa naman po yung risk or threat level?
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
At kahit may advisory against going to Mindanao para sa US, alam niyo po ba bakit naglakas loob na pumunta si Elliot Eastman sa Zamboanga?
I think maybe because he felt confident in coming here. And like him, there are other foreigners in Zamboanga Peninsula as well.
So, dinadayo po talaga ang Zamboanga?
Yes, ma'am.
Ano po bang meron doon? Is this a very good tourist spot because of the beach? Or ano po yung pinupuntahan nila?
Yeah, the beaches are one of those, but it also has a rich culture. Lalo na po, it is one of the places in the Philippines with a diverse culture.
And sabi po sa amin kanina ni Mayor Joel, meron ding sa ibang bayan nila doon, meron din mga nakapag-asawa ng foreigners. Is it common na may mga nag-aasawa po ng foreigners dito sa Zamboanga?
I'm not really familiar with the numbers or gaano kadami. Yun pong mga locals natin na nag-aasawa po ng foreigners or yung mga foreigners po na nakakapag-asawa ng mga Filipino, but we have observed many foreigners living in Zamboanga.
And Colonel Mon, base po sa investigasyon nyo so far, may mga nawala po ba na pera or ibang bagay nung na-abduct si Mr. Elliot Eastman?
Wala po. So far, wala pong na-report na gano'n yung ating mga investigators.
And there were reports na no inabduct si Elliot Eastman, wala naman po bang hiningi na ransom?
Yeah, ever since day one po, noong October 17, 2024, until today, we have not received, or the family as well, have not received any demand for ransom.
Okay. So what are the possible motives here kung bakit po na-abduct si Mr. Eastman?
We are, before, we were looking at yung other personal reasons. But right now, we are also considering na the primary motive was ransom. However, yun nga, when this information about his untimely death came about, baka yun, inisip po natin na baka yun po yung naging dahilan kung bakit hindi na po sila humingi pa ng or nag-demand pa ng ransom.
Okay. So there is a possibility that this was kidnapped for ransom except that namatay po ng agad si Mr. Eastman.
Correct, ma'am. It's a possibility po.
Si Mayor Joel said he's not disclosing the possibility that the Abu Sayyaf may be involved. Is that an angle that the police is looking into?
We, as of now, ma'am, out of the 10 suspects that we have already identified, we were already able to identify their names, and we were already able to check their backgrounds. We dug deeper, and then we found out that some of them indeed has criminal backgrounds. But digging deeper into their backgrounds, ma'am, we tried to associate them with the known groups that we have. Fortunately, wala naman pong associated.
At meron reports din na dating may karelasyon or may dating asawa po si Carisha, yung asawa ni Mr. Elliot Eastman, na taga Cebuco rin. Maari kayang meron ding angle na love triangle yung dahilan kung bakit kinidnap si Elliot?
Correct po, ma'am, na she had a husband before but they were divorced. However, as I was informed by our investigators, that was already ruled out early in the investigation, ma'am.
So hindi po, for now, hindi suspect yung ex-husband ni Carisha?
Correct, ma'am. He is not part of the 10 suspects that we included in our complaint.
Okay. And may report then na yung FBI is also looking into this case. Has the FBI reached out to the PNP on this issue?
Yeah, they have, ma'am. They coordinated with us, and we are constantly providing them with updates regarding the case.
May pumunta na po ba na taga-FBI dito sa Cebuco?
As I was informed, ma'am, there were American nationals who went there to get information about what happened.
Okay, but right now, ongoing pa rin yung coordination ninyo, but you're not aware if meron pa rin FBI that remains in Zamboanga? Correct,
ma'am. Correct.
And Mayor Joel earlier mentioned that tatlo na ang suspects that are in custody?
It's actually 4 suspects, ma'am, in custody. Out of the 10, there are 4 who were already in the PNP custody. We are still looking for 4, and 1 already died in an encounter, a law enforcement operation somewhere in Zamboanga, Sibugay, and 1 is accordingly a PDL in the Bilibid prison, ma'am.
What is that term po na ginamit niyo ulit? Can you clarify?
That is a person deprived of liberty. Ibig sabihin po, nakakulong po siya sa Bilibid prison po.
Nakakulong because may prior warrant of arrest na po ba for this specific suspect?
He was convicted already of kidnapping in the past, ma'am, and he figured in our investigation as among those who were part of this plan to kidnap Elliot Eastman, ma'am.
Okay. So, sa mga nakuha niyo po in custody, have they been questioned? So, natanong niyo po ba kung ano yung primary motive, if this was originally a plan for kidnap for ransom, and kung na-confirm po ba nila na patay na talaga si Mr. Elliot Eastman?
As to the first question, ma'am, yes, we tried to ask them if about their motive about this case. But unfortunately, when it comes to this, they remain silent about it. And second po, about the testimony that we had, we acquired two testimonies, one from a witness and one from a suspect that relates to the death of Elliot Eastman. Now, this witness po, we were able to acquire that testimony first. He is a relative of one of the suspects. Ang nangyari po, winento po sa kanya ng suspect yung accordingly nangyari kay Elliot. Sabi nga po, nung gabi po na dinukot si Elliot Eastman, he resisted his captors, kaya po nabaril po siya. Accordingly, he was hit one in the thigh and one in the abdomen. When they took him, nung nasa laot na po sila, lulan po nung motorized bangka nila, they realized na namatay na po si Elliot Eastman. Kaya po ang ginawa nila, hinulog po nila ito sa dagat. And yes, ma'am.
Opo, no, go ahead, Colonel Mon.
Yes, nung ano po, by November po, we arrested one of the suspects already. And that was when we got the confirmation from him that Elliot Eastman indeed already died. And to note po, the two of them did not have any communication before that.
So meron po kayong suspect in custody that confirmed na nakita niya talaga na patay na si Elliot Eastman at hinulog nila doon sa laot po?
Correct, ma'am. And in our investigation po, this suspect was the one who took us to the place, dagat po, kung saan po nila accordingly hinulog si Elliot Eastman.
Pero hanggang ngayon po, hindi makita ang katawan ni Mr. Elliot Eastman?
Correct, ma'am. Unfortunately po, despite our diligent efforts po and our coordination with other agencies with sea assets, hanggang ngayon po, wala pa rin po tayong nahahanap na katawan.
Would you know that based on that area, kung meron po bang, for example, threat ng mga pating that might have taken the body?
I'm not particular with the area, but as we were informed by our investigators and the locals, the spot where our suspect told us that they dropped the body, medyo malalim po siya, ma'am. Accordingly, sabi nila, abot to sa mga 900 meters and it's a bit far from the shore.
But based on forensic investigations, pagka po namatay, eventually the body will float, right? Kung wala siyang additional weight.
Correct, ma'am. Kung wala pong external intervention po, lulutang po ang katawan dapat.
So, is the police looking into other areas kung saan possibility mawash ashore yung katawan po ni Elliot Eastman?
Yes, ma'am. This has been spread sa atin pong mga police stations na may mga coast po, including nearby islands po sa Basilan area. But unfortunately, wala pa rin po silang natagpuan.
And Colonel Mon, at the moment, ano po ang mga kaso, if any, na na-file na against the suspects?
Right now, ma'am, we already filed with the prosecutor's office complaint for kidnapping and serious illegal detention po.
But yung murder, the possibility of filing a case for murder, hindi pa po nagagawa?
We already informed the prosecutor's office about what we found. And if they find sufficient evidence to amend our initial complaint, perhaps it may become kidnapping and serious illegal detention with homicide po. But it's really up to the prosecutor to appreciate the evidence that we have, ma'am.
And would you know if at the moment the prosecutors are waiting to find the body before they file any cases for murder?
I think they are already resolving the complaint that we have, ma'am. Perhaps this week or next week po, makukuha na po natin yung resolution.
Okay. Colonel Mon will have more conversations later at the forefront. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back at the forefront. And we still have on the line Colonel Ramoncillo Wong Sawan. Good morning, Colonel Mon.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning po.
Colonel Mon, maiba naman po tayo. So, right now, can you give us just at least with Mr. Elliot Eastman, what can we expect from the investigation?
Ma'am, I believe that our investigators were able to gather sufficient evidence to garner a conviction against the suspects. And your PNP, ma'am, your Police Regional Office 9 are not stopping. Although, according to our books, this case may be already considered solved. But ayaw pong tumigil ng inyong PRO 9 doon. We really want all of those people responsible for this to be arrested po.
And Colonel Mon, what is your advice for people who wish to visit Zamboanga del Norte and Sibuco?
Yes, ma'am. Those areas that you mentioned, including other parts of Zamboanga Peninsula, remain safe for tourists and locals as well. If they have concerns for their safety, they can always visit our nearest police stations naman po. But as of now, the threat level in Zamboanga Peninsula remains low, and everybody may come. They are welcome po.
Okay. That's good to hear, Colonel Mon. And pag-usapan naman po natin yung mga ibang issues in Region 9. May mga balitang ginagamit ang Region 9 bilang entry point ng mga illegal drugs like shabu. Ano po ba ang initiatives ng PNP Region 9? Region 9
Yes,
kaugnay
ma'am.
dito?
Yes, ma'am. Totoo po yun. Yung Region 9 po has at most 43% of the coastal areas of Mindanao. And we have many open posts po. So very porous po ang ating mga baybayin for entry. Kaya po yung mga criminal po natin is ginagamit po ito na entry points. And so far po sa ating kampanya against illegal drugs and smuggling as well, PRO 9 is really doing good. In fact po, this quarter lang po, we were able to seize almost 7 kilos po of illegal drugs.
Wow.
It's larger than most in the previous years po.
At Colonel Mon, saan po galing yung na-seize na 7 kilos of drugs? That's a lot.
According to our sa ating mga nahuli po, they come from beyond our borders po. It's sometimes Indonesia or Malaysia po. Ginagamit lang po na waypoint itong Zamboanga.
At mga naaresto na po ba? May mga naaresto na in relation to this smuggling of illegal drugs sa Region 9?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Your PRO 9 is very consistent in its campaign against illegal drugs po.
At na-mention nyo, ang kadalasang pinanggagalingan ay Indonesia and Malaysia. meron po bang mga galing din sa China na pumapasok through Region 9?
According to our investigators po, ma'am, wala naman pong sinasabi na directly nang galing doon. Although, yung mga packages po na nahuhuli namin mula yung nagsasabi na galing po sa Malaysia or Indonesia, it's similar po doon sa mga green tea bags na nahuhuli din po natin in Visayas or in Luzon.
Okay. And ngayon po ba, kamusta naman ang campaign against illegal drugs for Region 9?
Ma'am, I believe we are doing very well thanks to the collaboration po of other agencies, particularly the PIDEA, and the support po of our peace and order councils.
And Colonel Mon, meron ding mga balita na ginagamit ang Region 9 as entry point for smuggled cigarettes. One, is this accurate, and ano po yung update nyo about this?
Yes, ma'am. We are also fighting that type of crime in our borders. In fact po, just last month, we were able to seize 20 million worth of cigarettes.
And is the Bureau of Customs also coordinating with the police on this? Kasi malalaki yung mga amounts po na nabanggit ninyo, for example, dun sa recent na nahuli ninyo na illegal smuggling of cigarettes.
Yes, ma'am. The Bureau of Customs here in Zamboanga or Region 9 is one of our good partners po in our campaign against smuggling, ma'am. So ngayon nga po, I believe we are going to meet again in our Regional Peace and Order Council meeting.
Colonel Mon, would you know kung may iba pa pong mga types of commodities or goods na sinasmuggle through Region 9?
Aside from cigarettes, ma'am, late last month, we were also able to seize some volumes of sugar.
Sugar din.
Okay.
So ano po yung ginagawa ng ating government para matulungan? Kasi you mentioned earlier, napaka-porous po talaga ng Region 9 dahil maraming coastline. Ano yung mga additional measures, if any, is the government taking?
Kaya po, ma'am, the PNP in particular has deployed sea assets with PRO9. Ito po yung mga ginagamit natin to conduct patrols and interdictions sa dagat. Also, we have established coordination lines, kagaya po nito mga peace and order councils, coordination po with other uniformed services with sea assets, and other law enforcement agencies po, para po talaga mapigilan as much ang pagpasok ng illegal ng mga produktong ito, ma'am.
What about the Coast Guard po? Nag-deploy po ba ng additional people ang Philippine Coast Guard?
Yes, ma'am. I believe so, ma'am. Meron din po silang kanilang deployment.
At sa paparating po na 2025 elections, may mga hotspots po ba kayo na tinitignan dyan sa Region 9?
We have several areas of concern po, but fortunately, wala po tayong areas of grave concern. So I believe that we will be able to manage the election in come next year.
And Colonel Mon, historically, peaceful po ba ang elections sa Zamboanga del Norte or sa Region 9 in general?
Yes, ma'am. I am confident that it is peaceful po because I was already here during the last election. So we saw that all is well naman po. Although there are very minor incidents po, yung mga di lang pagkakaunawaan on the ground, but none resulted in violent incidents naman po.
Okay. Thank you so much, Colonel Mon, and we appreciate your time this morning.
Ma'am, thank you din po for the opportunity for allowing us to inform the people of what happens in Zamboanga.
Thank you. The death of American YouTuber Elliot Eastman, as attested to by a witness to his October abduction, somehow raised more questions than answers as a result. Until the suspects are all brought to justice and held accountable for their criminal actions, Eastman's abduction and death will remain a blot in law enforcers' records. Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. Always stay at the forefront. Join us again tomorrow for meaningful conversations that would help you form an objective personal opinion. This is Attorney Karen Jimeno. Thank you for spending your hour with us.